Welcome to our deep dive into the controversial topic of EOMM, or Engagement Optimized Matchmaking in Battlefield 6. The very thing that most other content creators will not address because they don't believe it's in the game. Yet they believe that Battlefield 6 copied other Call of Duty gameplay mechanics, like Battle Pass, skins, etc. Those content creators easily discuss bugs and general game balancing issues and requests, and will even conspire to attribute BF6's massive player attrition to Call of Duty failed business tactics, which is vague. But fail to comprehend that Battlefield 6 also copied the rigged nature of Call of Duty's engagement optimized matchmaking mechanics by subtly forcing players to maintain as close as possible a 1-to-1 wins to losses and 1-to-1 kills to deaths by placing you in losing teams whose match is about to end. In Breakthrough, be it initiation or casual game mode, you always play as defender or placed on losing teams whose match is about to end, when your KD is higher than the average. If you play game modes that involve AI bots, they target higher KD players like predators, ignoring other teammates entirely, and making sure your opponents are higher skilled than you. Losing over 600k of players within a 2-month time period can only be achieved using engagement-optimized matchmaking, also known as variable ratio reinforcement. This type of gameplay mechanic has sparked a wave of frustration among players, and today, we're going to explore why. Unlike other content creators, we're focusing on how EOM has impacted player experience, leading to a significant drop in the player base. From unnecessary weapon attachment grinding to a broken balance in gameplay, EOMM is at the center of this discussion. Let's unpack the various ways this system has affected the game and its community. One of the most frustrating aspects of Battlefield 6 is the long-winded weapon attachment grinding that EOMM has introduced. Players find themselves spending countless hours trying to unlock attachments that should enhance their gameplay. Instead, this grind feels more like a chore than a rewarding experience. The limited attachment point system further complicates matters, as it keeps weapon balance broken and forces players into a repetitive cycle of grinding. This unnecessary complexity detracts from the fun and excitement that Battlefield is known for. Weapon bloom is one of the most demonic EOMM features that negatively impacts player counts in first-person shooter games. It is a feature designed to keep weapon fire random. This means that bullets will deviate wildly from the weapon barrel's natural cone of fire. A bullet that is considered bloomed will veer off normal trajectory. In other words, the bullets will exit the barrel and immediately turn to go off-screen, either left, right, up, or down. The reason for this is to assure that the opponent is not hit by that bloomed bullet. This particular EOMM feature that artificially adds time to kill that otherwise should be organic based on the player's skill level, how well they can aim, the correct attachments that allow the weapon to perform at peak capacity, etc., prevents a natural competitive engagement that fosters confidence to allow players to run and gun or tactically maneuver throughout the map, challenging anyone they see with no concern if they win or lose that engagement because they are having fun. Weapon bloom is nothing more than a restriction of how accurate you fire your weapon and is particularly crippling for weapons that have a low fire rate, because full burst fire rate weapons with higher fire rates are faster to compensate for random generated weapon spread, allowing for suboptimal time to kill. While lower full burst fire rate weapons simply cannot compete because every single bullet hit becomes more critical to time to kill because of the slower time it takes to fire bullets that include bloomed bullets that don't count, making lower full burst fire rate weapons obsolete regardless of attachments. This is why SMGs, even after they've been nerfed, are so popular and so overpowered in Battlefield 6 over every other weapon class, which includes assault rifles, carbines, LMGs, and shotguns. This is how rigged gunfights are in Battlefield 6, and content creators completely miss this connection. All this does is rig the player's experience based on predetermined outcomes that either go for or against the player, completely removing control of the user playing Battlefield 6, something that should not be allowed in any competitive first-person shooter game. Better yet, this is more taboo and is socially unacceptable as it removes the player's natural experience from the game. Another significant issue is the way EOMM affects map design in player filling in Breakthrough. Many players have noticed that they are placed into maps that take longer to fill, creating a frustrating waiting experience. This is largely due to EOMM gatekeeping skill gaps, which means that players are often pitted against others of similar skill levels. While this might sound fair in theory, it often leads to matches that feel unbalanced and overly competitive, especially for those who just want to enjoy a casual game. Being matched against aggressive, sweaty players can be disheartening for many Battlefield 6 enthusiasts. Seems to prioritize skill over enjoyment, leading to encounters that feel more like a chore than a game. This aggressive matchmaking can discourage new players and those looking for a more relaxed gaming experience. Instead of fostering a welcoming community, EOMM has created an environment where players feel pressured to perform at their best, which can be exhausting. The introduction of a predatory battle pass system has only added to the frustration surrounding Battlefield 6. Players are often required to purchase necessary weapon attachments that would otherwise take weeks to grind for. This monetization strategy feels exploitative, especially for those who are already struggling with the grind. The Battle Pass should enhance the gaming experience, not hinder it, and many players feel that this system has taken away from the core enjoyment of the game. In a disappointing turn of events, EA reneged on their promise of a free full Battle Pass for those impacted by the EA app outage on Battlefield 6's release day. This decision has left many players feeling betrayed and undervalued. It raises questions about EA's commitment to their player base and whether they truly understand the frustrations that gamers face. Such actions can lead to a loss of trust and loyalty among players, further contributing to the game's declining popularity. EA's capitulation to Call of Duty player-style mechanics has also been a point of contention. While it's understandable to want to attract a broader audience, reverting these mechanics when they don't work in Battlefield only confuses players. This inconsistency can alienate longtime fans who appreciate the unique aspects of Battlefield gameplay. Instead of innovating, it feels like the game is trying to fit into a mold that doesn't suit its identity. The impact of Battlefield Portal on weapon unlocks and overall in-game progression has also been a topic of discussion. Many players feel that the potential of Portal has been wasted, leading to a lack of meaningful progression in the game. This has left players feeling stuck and frustrated, as they are unable to fully enjoy the features that were promised. The disconnect between player expectations and the actual experience can be disheartening. With EA being purchased by a foreign investor, there are growing concerns about the future of Battlefield 6. The mission of this new ownership is unclear, and many players are left wondering how it will affect the game they love. This uncertainty can create anxiety within the community, as players fear that their concerns may not be prioritized. The lack of transparency from EA only adds to these worries, making it difficult for players to feel secure in their investment. In conclusion, Battlefield 6 seems to have been abandoned since the EA buyout, leaving many players feeling disillusioned. The combination of EOMM, predatory monetization, questionable decision-making, and weapon bloom has led to a significant decline in the player base. If anything, weapon bloom alone has contributed to more players quitting Battlefield 6 than most of EOMM tactics do to how quickly that mechanic frustrates player engagement. As we look to the future, it's crucial for EA to listen to their community and address these concerns. Only then can they hope to restore the trust and excitement that once surrounded the Battlefield franchise.